Hey, what's up, guys? It's Tuesday because I forgot to make a video on Monday. Sorry. So I'm gonna make one on Tuesday. The same thing, obviously, that I was gonna talk about on Monday. So national sports is our topic, and today, the question that I have today for all of you. Who is your least favorite commentator? And it can be for any sport. I don't care if it's play-by-play or color commentary. You can do one for each if you want to. Who's the worst? Who do you hate? Who do you like the least? Who do you just cannot stand? Is there a person that if they're doing a game, you have to watch it on mute? And also, why? I mean, sure, I'd like to know who you think, but more importantly, I would like to know why for a couple reasons. First, I think it's interesting, and two, maybe it'll help me in my career. I am Taylor from K-Way. If you don't know me, I do some play-by-play for K-Way, a radio station out of Waverly, Iowa. And you can find me here on YouTube, Taylor Knits. You can find me over on Twitter at Taylor from K-Way, or you can find me on Facebook at Taylor Knits as well. So let's get into it. There are a couple people that I just can't stand. And I'm not going to get into all of them, and I'm not going to get super into why I don't like them, although I've asked you to do that. But Beth Mowins, she's a play-by-play person for ESPN, and she's terrible. She's horrendous. And it's honestly not the fact that she's a woman. That literally has nothing to do with this, because I think there are plenty of women who do a great job doing play-by-play, and there are a couple women who do a good job doing color commentary. That's another issue for another day. The women doing color commentary for men's sports, and we will get into it because that is one that is kind of interesting to me. But Beth Mowins, as a play-by-play person, is just not good. She's all over the place. She's often wrong. She doesn't really add anything to the broadcast, and and this is the thing, and it's especially in radio, and it still surprises me for this reason how I was able to get a radio job. But voices matter, and Beth Mowins just does not have the most soothing voice. And listen, I understand, neither do I. I have a terrible high voice that shouldn't be on radio ever anywhere, but somehow I've tricked a radio station into hiring me. So yeah, that's besides the point. But yeah, Beth Mowins, I can't. She's bad. And then color commentary for basketball, Jim Calhoun. What is he even saying? Like, you cannot understand a word that comes out of this man's mouth. He's just awful. I'm sure he has great things. I am sure he has great things to say. He's a good basketball coach. I think he is extremely overrated. Maybe that is also playing a part in this. Overrated as a coach, and certainly overrated as a color commentary guy. He's just terrible. Literally adds nothing. Like I said, you can't understand him more often than not. He knows how to coach basketball. He's not a great person, not by any stretch of the imagination, but that's not a prerequisite to be a coach or a commentator. But he's just really bad as a commentator. And here's another one. As a commentator, he's terrible, but I also love him. There are a couple people like that. Harry Carey, as a Cubs fan, he was terrible, but I loved him, obviously. And on the other side of Chicago, Hawk Harrelson. Not good, but he is. I love Hawk Harrelson. I will listen to Hawk Harrelson do a game, no matter who the White Sox are playing, whether it's interesting or not. I will listen to Hawk Harrelson talk. I love that about him. So it's not necessarily, at least for me, simply are you good at your job? There are other aspects, and there are plenty other people that I don't think are good, and certainly if you have one or two or three or seven, let me know, and if I agree with any of them, I'll let you know why I don't like them either. If you have one that you don't like and I do like, let's start a conversation. Let's see where it goes. Let's see why I like them and why you don't like them. I fully expect at some point that there will be guys here and there that are actually really good at their jobs, or I find really good at their jobs that other people think are absolutely terrible. There's one who may or may not have just done a Super Bowl that generally gets a lot of stick, but is actually really fantastic at his job. But yeah, that's a question. So hit me up here on YouTube. You can find me over on Twitter as well, Taylor from Kway, or on Facebook at Taylor Knits. Who do you hate? Who's a terrible sports commentator? Again, from any sport you choose, let me know. That will just about do it for me here this time. And until next time, I am Taylor Knits.